Hey, it's Brody, and in this video I'm going to take you through the correct process on how to prepare all your meals for your meal prep. Now, if you have no cooking experience whatsoever, or you're completely useless when it comes to the kitchen or making meals, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to make this so easy for you and effortless for you, anybody's going to be able to do this watching this video. Whether your goal is to build muscle, lose body fat, you're going to be able to prepare your meals accordingly. So let's get into it right now, guys, and I'll show you exactly how to prepare your meals. For our main protein source, we have chicken breast. For our main carb source, we have jasmine rice. And for our main vegetable source, we have broccoli. Now for sauces and seasonings, we got Diana sauce, we got sriracha, pepper, rosemary, thyme, and salt. And that's all you're gonna need for this meal prep. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so the first thing we're going to get started on is going to be the chicken. Now the chicken takes the longest, that's why we're going to do that first. And as you can see, I just washed the chicken quickly because you don't know where it's been, so it's always good to wash your food before you cook it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to season both sides. I'm going to start with salt. Pepper. Now we're going to use thyme. And be generous with the seasonings. I like to be generous. And then we're going to do rosemary. Now what we're going to do is flip the chicken and do the exact same thing on the other side. Thyme and rosemary are the best seasonings, like taste-wise, so make sure you go out and you get a lot of thyme and rosemary. Now the chicken is a good sized chicken breast, it's usually pretty standard, so we're going to cook it for 40 minutes. And then when it gets to 20 minutes, we're going to flip it, and then we're going to let it cook for the rest of the 20 minutes for the remaining time left.
A few moments later.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our vegetable source, and in this video we're going to be using broccoli. So what we're going to do is just cut it up. That way we can fit it in our pot. It's probably easier to get broccoli already cut up, but you know, this is all I had, so be it. That's it. Cut that. Okay. Just break this up a little more. Alright, now we're going to put this in some boiling water. So you want to cook this at a high heat for about 35 to 40 minutes, and we're just going to put a lid on it, that way we can reduce the heat a bit, save some energy. So on mine it's cooking at a 7, so you're probably going to want to be around 7 or 6 with a lid on. Okay, also we're going to add some seasoning, just some salt. It's going to be up to you in your diet plan whether you're going to want to be cooking with a lot of salt or not, but whenever I'm boiling anything, I'm always going to use salt. So we're going to add some salt into our broccoli right now. We're just going to let that cook, and let's move on. Okay, so now for our carb source, we're going to be cooking with jasmine rice. This is my favorite rice, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it without using a rice cooker. Now, all we're going to do is pour in as much rice as you want to use, so I'm going to use this entire container. And when it comes to the water, you're going to want to use a little more water than the rice you're having. So let's just pour in the rice. So I can kind of guesstimate how much rice I have, and I'm just going to put just a little more water than rice I have there. There you go, just so it's like that. Guys, you don't need to be perfect with this. It's pretty easy. Okay. So now let's put this on the stove. Now what we're going to do is bring the rice to a boil. So we're going to put it on really high heat. And then I'm also going to season it with salt. We're going to let the rice boil, and then as soon as it boils, we're going to turn it down to a low heat, probably around a 3. And then I'm going to put the lid on, and we're going to let it just sit for 15 minutes. Basically what you want to do with rice is you want the steam to be cooking the rice. So you don't want to keep taking the lid off and on. You just want to leave the lid on, keep it at a low heat, and that steam is going to be cooking the rice. So we'll see you in about 15 minutes, and we'll take a look and see how it looks. Okay, so we're going to check on our rice now. It's been 15 minutes. Let's take a look and see how it looks. Alright, so we'll pull it up in here. Alright, as you can see, the rice is nice and fluffy and soft. So we're going to taste that. Yep, so maybe it needs a couple more minutes, so we're just going to add a little more rosemary and thyme now. Just to give it some more flavor, you know. Stir that up. Now if you guys want to put any like coconut oil in, any butter, anything like that, now is when you would do that. But for me, I'm not gonna do any of that. We'll let that cook for 2 more minutes. Alright, so our rice is done, so now we're going to add that to our container for later. Alright, so our broccoli's done, so we're going to strain that now and add it to its container. And as you can see, my dog is always in the way here whenever we're trying to cook. Always mooching. Bring that in there, bowl. And then we're going to add this to its container. Just like that. Voila. Okay, the chicken's got about 1 minute left, so we'll wait 1 minute and pull that out. Alright, last but not least, the chicken is finally ready. Let's pull it out. Oh yeah, look at that. So let's just put this here. Nice and hot. Now how you tell if chicken's cooked, it's very easy. We're just going to cut it right in the middle. Find the thickest breast, cut it right in the middle. And now it should be either white, or you should touch it and it should be burning your finger. All right, so that's pretty hot, that's white. So we're just going to cut this up now, and then we're going to add it to our container. So as you can see, we have our broccoli, which is our vegetable source. We have our chicken, which is going to be our protein source, and we have our rice. So now you have a couple options here. You can either weigh it all out and then package it all in your Tupperware containers if you want. But me personally, I like to keep them all separated, and then whenever I'm going to eat my meal, I'll weigh it right before I eat the meal, and then I'll cook it up and then eat the meal. The only way I'll package it is if I'm going to go away on vacation or something like that. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do this every time I'm ready to eat my meal. Alright, so before I prep these meals, I just want to show you my little section in the kitchen. Now, it's very important for you to have your own section in the kitchen so nobody else in the house will touch your stuff. Alright, so come check it out. So I got my protein here, I got my creatine, I got my diet energy drinks, I got fruits, I have my coffee, a couple sweeteners and stuff, and then look, up here, so you can tell I know how to cook. Right here we got Paul Martin, it's a classic. We got Rachel Ray, look at this, Michael Simon, 5 and 5, this is one of my favorites actually, super easy. Now also you can see right here, the most important part. Now you get these both at Walmart. I have all my cups, so if I ever need a measurement in milliliters, I can just, let's say I need a cup of rice, boom, scoop a cup, put it onto my plate, and I'm done, nice and easy. Or the electric scale. So this is a really good electric scale that I got at Walmart for $39. And it's awesome because if you can look at the units of measure right here, look, we have grams. I can change it to ounces. I can change it to kilograms, and then back to grams. So super easy to use, $39 at Walmart. So I really encourage you guys to get both of this, especially if you're meal planning. This is something that you need. All right, so let's get into it. So what we're gonna do is turn this off. Put the bowl on first, that way it doesn't measure the weight of the bowl. You're gonna turn it on. Okay. Now, also a key point is that I always use the exact same bowl. Now, the reason I do that is because when you're always using the same bowl, you kind of just know the measurements in your head without having to weigh things. So if I'm always putting the same amount of like rice or chicken in the bowl, I can kind of just eye it out, and you kind of get better at knowing how many calories are going to be in the foods that you're eating. So I really encourage trying to use always the same bowl. So let's say your meal plan has 200 grams of chicken, 100 grams of rice, and then your vegetables. So I'm going to show you how to prepare that right now. So what I do is I go into my fridge, I pull out all my Tupperwares, and then we're going to start with the rice. So let's pull over the rice. I got my scale on in grams, as you can see, and then all I do is scoop out 100 grams of rice. Oops. All right, so we're at 84. Alright. Alright, 108, close enough. Take my rice. Right. Lay it down on my bowl. Now, vegetables, you would do the same thing, except I don't weigh my vegetables, my greens, so we're just gonna be generous here and do a nice little touch up. Alright, so chicken, we're gonna say 200 grams of chicken. Get my bowl back out. Right, make sure the scale is always reading 0 when you got your bowl on. And now we're going to add chicken. 30 grams. 132. 74. Oh, okay, 208 grams. Boom. Add our chicken. And then now it's up to you what you want to use for your condiments. I have sriracha sauce here, which I always use. The good thing about this is it's 0 calories. It's got salt, but it's 0 calories, so I'll dump this on. This is really hot. Dump that all over. And then I also have a sweet barbecue sauce, which is 30 calories per tablespoon. A little higher, but you know, I'll just use like a little bit of that. And then boom, look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Alright guys, so that's it. Meal prepping is that simple. You're going to have all these pre-packaged meals for you later on the week to help you reach your fitness goals. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, be sure to check out my website. If you're not subscribed to my members area already, you can go check that out as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.